Bankers. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We welcome you all to join us every single Tuesday.
Don't ever pause like
I
that.
know.
You mess up the audience.
I'm sorry, at 9 a.m. right after the news.
One more time.
All right. Every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all the people and all those wonderful businesses that support those athletes. Woo! All right, who am I going to do shout-outs today? Let's see. How about, there's so many. Joanne Stoltz, Caldwell Banker. Woo! Yes. Money, money, money. We're talking about the Roundup campaign. Had a couple of great ideas, and what we did is we just flooded Old Town Goleta with those change boxes, and 40 businesses have generously decided to participate, and we've gotten about 15, 20 checks, the first checks that are rolled in, so we've got to thank Vin at Goleta Sushi. Woo! I'm doing this in order because Joanne Stoltz, I don't want to say monies or whatever, but she's number one. Vin is number two. And then we've got the Goleta Jewelry Store. Woo! Alejandro, thank you. Those are the top three for the month of June. So I'm really excited, and it warms my heart that so many people they're so generous. This town is just generous beyond belief. And those kids down there, it's great. I think they've got over 140 kids at the Goleta United Boys Club, and they're feeding them. So they're dropping the kids off at 7:30 in the morning, and, parents are working, and they're getting picked up at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. If you're out there, you see these kids are playing, having fun. Teen Sports Radio dropped off 2 cases of Frisbees. Woo! Want to do a little Frisbee football? That's what we're going to do. Got to be safe, right? So, and I think Cujo, I got one in the car for Cujo. Yeah. Does he like Frisbees? Dr. D.
Yes,
Does he?
Actually, and this is the fascinating thing about him. His real name is Angus, but Cujo works.
Yeah.
He will chase anything. He will not bring it back.
Well, he buries it.
Because he has a soccer ball firmly planted in his mouth that he is carrying around.
Oh, that is adorable.
He's still doing that.
Like it, does he?
Yeah. He's over 2 years old, and he's still doing it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
At 7 or 8, he will be doing it, I'm sure. I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm doing great.
You look good.
You mentioned the flooding in Goleta that we didn't get 2 weeks ago when the rain came through.
Right.
Very disappointed.
I know. What are you going to do?
Rain dance.
That's what you do. I started walking. That's why it's raining. And I said, that's it.
And we have somebody here who I haven't seen in a while, unfortunately. Scott Noble.
Yeah, Dr. Scott, how you doing? Put your hands together. Woo!
Thank you, Erica.
How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Nice to be back. It's been a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Oh.
You always have something enlightening to say.
All right. Well,
it's like
I was
session.
thinking about a dynamic, and this show, is a great example of this dynamic because we give away a lot of money to great causes on this show. But the dynamic here is the giving and the receiving, and we oftentimes put a lot of focus culturally and certainly in the healing arts on what's being given. But I want to talk about the art of receiving. Yeah, to receive gracefully. In every culture, it's a little different. Sometimes you've got to refuse the first time, but then accept the second time. In some cultures, you're expected to completely refuse all the time, and in others, it's a total offense to not receive the first time. So in every group, there's a culture of receiving, and that should tell us something. In the healing arts, it's the same way. There's actually a skill set to being a good patient. Is somebody going to get better if they do their exercises that, a specialist has recommended? Of course. If they participate in the actual art of the healing process, are they going to get better results? Great. So I'm just kind of throwing this out there because I've been noticing lately, sometimes people just go real passive in this whole receiving thing, but I'm here to say that it's an action. And in Taoism, there's a lot of rhetoric around this about the action of inaction and how to be truly calm requires a certain amount of practice and a certain amount of effort.
No, I can't do that.
I know. So that's why you got to practice.
I was never one of those people.
So that's my little dichotomy of the day. But, to consider people the art of receiving and how you can actually be gracious and connect with other people more by doing that well.
Nice. I don't even know what to do. I can't even remember how to say, well, thank you.
Well, Thank you, Erica.
Oh, no, really, thank you. I'm learning to receive.
There you go.
There you go.
And likewise.
There you go. All right, to your left, we have Joan Calder. How you doing, Joan? Woo-hoo!
Hi, I'm great. This is really nice. And as I was driving up, I saw this great big pile of leaves or compost, whatever this was, and I thought this is so wonderful because you know how I am into gardening and grabbing all the compost. But all the did you see those?
Stop and bag it.
Well, if I would have had my truck, half of it would have been gone. But this is great.
Awesome.
I'm always into compost. And
I know. Well, Dominique's not here, but she doesn't have a full day until she makes some at least 2 buckets of dirt in the morning. That's what she gets off on that. No, she has a compost pile and she literally sifts dirt, and she's like a little kid. I made 2 buckets of dirt. Something's really wrong with you. Soil. Host on the radio show. You're really, but you do represent a segment of our community.
Yes. But and it's not dirt; it's soil.
It's soil.
It's soil.
Yeah,
There's a big difference.
We call it dirt. That's it. What is it? So, how's your book come along? Good.
It's doing well. I'm going up to the Bay Area in a week to do some talks on pollinators, and I realize a lot of people don't know what pollinators are, and I had to say, well, those are bees and butterflies and bats and water and wind. But I'm doing a talk, so Sunday. Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Joan Calder. Woo!
Thanks.
All right, last but never least, all right, we've got Ronnie Shahbazian. How you doing, Ronnie?
I'm doing great. It's great to see everybody here. Are hummingbirds pollinators?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
absolutely.
I love hummingbirds. I have feeders in my area. We just got back, Santa Barbara Riders and the Veterans Foundation just got back from a big ride over to the Western and Eastern Sierras, and it was a great time. We celebrated some birthdays in June Lake. It's good to be here and with all these young people, and we're going to have some fun today.
That's it. All right, let's end on that. It's go time. I got the shorty sign there from Dr. D. That means it is go time. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. And Joe, where can you find us?
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, teensportsradio.com.
Sweet. Later on in the show, who did you bring for today, just so I know?
I have from the University of California, Santa Barbara, volleyball coach, women's volleyball coach, Nicole Welch.
Woohoo! And I've got Nancy Eckert, and she brought, I think, every girl softball player in Santa Barbara, okay? I think we have 100 girls, so we have to go really fast for 3 sections. But what I want to do, I want to take a couple of minutes here, and I want to introduce somebody to the house right now. We have Audrey Harkness. Put your hands together. All right. We met each other through email. She heard about the show and she wanted to get a little shout out, and I was looking at what she was doing. Anybody that's going out for higher education, she's working on her doctorate. I think that's just so way cool. So I'm going to let her tell us what she's doing, and it's about the teens and the community, and I'm loving it. I love this whole, it's a relationship thing. So talk to us, Audrey.
Great,
you got
thank
it.
you, Erica. Yeah,
How are
so
you?
I'm good.
Are you excited that you're here?
This is only my second time on the radio, so I'm
really
very excited.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Do I make you nervous?
Exciting.
You're standing. Is that okay? Would you like to sit? You can have my seat.
I'm good where I am.
No?
Thank you.
All right. So tell me what you got doing here. I like it.
So I'm doing a paid study for teens and their moms, and so it's going on up at UCSB. It's going to be going through the end of July. So it's time limited, but it's a great opportunity for teens to earn a little bit of summer cash if they come in with their moms.
Nice.
And they're willing to talk about some topics like dating, sexuality, relationships, sexual orientation, marriage, families, all that fun stuff. So I'm inviting people to give me a call if they're interested or they want to learn more, sign up. They can contact me at 805-380-6897.
Great. Now, did you give me something? I would put this up on our site.
Yes, there's a flyer for the study up on the site right now.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
So if anyone wants to check that out, they're welcome to. You can also like us and share our information on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/UCSB study.
Right. So as far as the questions, I mean, I see relationships, dating, sexual orientation, marriage, families, and you're specializing in kids from 14 to 18, is it?
Exactly, yeah. So anybody who's between 14 and 18 and is willing to participate participate with a mom is eligible. So it's pretty general, and the questions are pretty general as well.
I already sent this to all of United Boys and Girls Club for you.
Thank you. That's
5
awesome.
locations.
Great.
3,000 kids. You have enough?
You know what?
Right.
The more
like
the better. I appreciate it.
3,000 kids.
Absolutely. Well, I'm spreading the word far and wide.
Free money. I think one woman is going to be 15 kids' moms. Surrogate. Sub mom.
Perfect.
I know it's good. I think I want to just if someone needs a mom to talk to and relate to, because my kids are like 20 and 23. I'll love it.
That's great. Everybody needs someone to listen to them. So that's awesome.
You want to do that?
Well, I don't know. I have to discuss it. Now, I have a question.
Sure.
Now, do you have a grant for this money? It's not coming out of your student loans or anything?
It's not coming out of my student loans.
Okay,
no, the UCSB Humanities and Social Sciences grant is funding this, as well as another grant through UCSB. So it's funded externally, which is nice. Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, if you're interested, call Audrey 805-380-6897. Put your hands together. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, Joan Calder, why don't you introduce your guest?
Okay, I have Nicole Welch here from the University of California, Santa Barbara, and she is the women's volleyball coach. And Nicole, welcome. How many years have you been the coach here?
I have been the coach at UCSB for 2 years now, so I'm about to start my 3rd season with the team.
That's great. I know you've been busy because I've been trying to call you for weeks and months, and I know you've been out of town a lot and recruiting. Tell us about that.
Well, recruiting, it's the lifeblood of your program. It's the players that you bring in and you work with and you develop. And so it's really a never-ending process for college coaches. We're constantly evaluating players, younger and younger as it goes. And there's a lot of correspondence there. There's a lot of tournaments to check them out. And then, of course, you get to meet them and get that relationship going before you bring them on your campus.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the qualities that you look for in a young athlete?
We're looking for, specific to volleyball, there's an athleticism component of potential, and then quality people with character and that are strong students as well, because UCSB is a high academic institution.
How did you get involved in volleyball? How old were you when you started?
I actually probably started bumping the ball around when I was about 6 years old. My parents enjoyed going to the beach, and they bought a ball because my dad was bored. My mom laid in the sun, so then we all started hitting the ball around, and it kind of went on from there. I had an older sister that played, and I played throughout junior high and high school. I played club volleyball and went on to play in college, and started in the business world and missed volleyball, so I went back to it, and that's how the coaching part of it started.
That's great. That's great. Tell me about one of the most unusual experiences you've had on the court.
One of the most unusual experiences, well, probably my first season at UCSB, we went and traveled to Hawaii, and they rank in the top 2 in attendance every year, usually number 1. And they had 6,000 fans at our match, and they had won something like 53 straight conference matches. So we were a clear underdog going in there, and we upset them in 5 games. And it was just an incredible experience in front of so many people to break a record and kind of have that momentous occasion there in front of that setting was great.
Wow, that's a great way to start your career here. Go ahead.
Whenever we hear about UCSB sports and the attraction of the area, and there's so much going on that would attract student athletes to come here besides the academics and the weather, the location, the beach. What other things are they looking for when they come to look at our school?
Well, I think the student athlete that's interested in UCSB is looking for a complete package, like you say, not only the athletics and the potential there to be in a great program, but to be a part of an incredible university, get that UCSB degree, and live in a beautiful location. There's not a lot of places that have all that tied in together.
Hey, Coach, do you have any eyes on anybody here in Santa Barbara?
Yes, we do. But
all right, come on, lay it out.
I can only comment on people that are already coming for sure. We have a local player that's coming. Yeah, so I can talk about Lexi. She's coming from Santa Barbara High School. So Lexi Rotman, she'll be on our team this fall. But we do have our eyes on some of the other ones, younger ones too, but I cannot comment on them publicly.
So if you see somebody like in 9th grade, is that when you start are you allowed to do that? I don't know. I mean, not to say that what you do or don't do, because I've got a baseball coach right here to the right of me, Coach Robert Ruiz. What are you allowed to do and what you are not allowed to do? But, do they start getting I don't know.
Yeah, we're we're allowed to evaluate them at any time. It's when we can start corresponding to them. And I mean, we're still corresponding to players in like the class of 2017, but that's more through their coaches because we can't have that direct correspondence unless they're on our campus.
Right. And grades. What kind of grades do the kids need nowadays?
Well, the average GPA in UCSB is up over a 4.0. So, I mean, we just encourage people to do the best that they can. And, you know, it's important to be well-balanced and be a very good student.
Maybe I just don't. Maybe things were different when I was in academia, but how do you go over 4.0?
AP courses and honors courses. I agree. It wasn't like that when I was going through school. It was a little bit simpler scales.
All right.
I know you have 2 adorable kids. Tell me, are they in sports and you want to give a shout out to them? What are their names?
Yes. Hello to my daughter, Riley. She's 10 years old.
Riley! Where are you?
Another shout out to my son, Aiden.
Aiden.
They love sports. Aiden, ever since birth, where are the balls? Let's go play. Riley and Aiden both played soccer this fall, AYSO soccer. Enjoyed it. Aiden did basketball as well. They love to bump the volleyball around and follow all the sports. In fact, my son reads the sports section every day, checks out the scores already.
We have a couple of minutes. Nicole, tell us your how you got involved in the sport and where you played, and then it's a big job you have, coaching, head coach, UCSB. So how did all that in the next couple of minutes?
Yeah, I just started with my upbringing and being involved with playing volleyball and really loving the sport. And when I went to college at the University of Maryland across the country, and I finished there and had a business degree and got a job in the marketing world and really missed sports. And I was fortunate to have an opportunity to go be a graduate assistant for one of my former assistants. And then I figured, okay, I'll get my master's in athletic administration and see how I like coaching. And I loved it. And from then I just became an assistant. And then I was a head coach at University of Miami for 13 years and built that program from scratch. And that enabled me to have the opportunity to come to UCSB. I'm a native Californian, so to come back home.
Nice.
And my parents were both born and raised here, so a ton of family in Santa Barbara.
Whoa.
So it was like
that's really cool.
It was meant to be. So I was fortunate to come back, and now here at UCSB, loving it. Our team in our first 2 years, we won 1 Big West championship, and we're excited for what the future brings for us as well.
Okay, so East Coast athlete versus West Coast athlete. Do you see any difference there, or attitude, mindset? Because not that I'm on the right side of the Mississippi. I'm just asking.
People are different, definitely everywhere. You just have different types of people from wherever they grew up, and I spent time on the East. I've spent time in Texas, so I've seen all types, and so there's definitely different types, but it's it's a fun thing. You learn from everyone you're around.
Yeah. So you didn't answer the question.
She's on.
I don't know specifically to volleyball.
Volleyball rock. I mean, all right. I'll give kudos to volleyball in more of a West Coast thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the West Coast in the old days, West Coast players had a little bit better ball control, all around skills, but that has definitely changed over time, and it's become a much more nationwide sport. So.
Now, is the Midwest though the strongest?
Midwest is very, very good. Okay. I mean, in terms of recruiting and
what do you do in the Midwest? So freaking you have to stay inside all the time. They have coliseums. They have like 25 volleyball courts, like in one huge, Astrodome dorm or whatever you call it.
The Midwest is big. Texas is big too, and California certainly has a lot of great youth volleyball. So we're fortunate to be in a state that's volleyball's popular.
How many scholarships can you give out? Not that I'm comparing it to Robert Ruiz over here. I'm just asking.
For volleyball, a fully funded sport is 12 scholarships.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so nobody gets one big one. You get like quarters, halves.
Actually, you can get a full scholarship. We're a head count sport, so volleyball is different. We're not allowed to break it up.
Oh, okay, excellent. Hey, put your hands together,
right.
Coach Welch.
Thank you.
We would love to have you come back with a couple of girls. Do I have your promise?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. I am ecstatic. We've got Put Your Hands Together, Robert Ruiz. Woo! He's killing it. You're killing it, Robert. What are you doing? You're killing it. That's all I know you're doing. You're killing it.
It was a great year.
Another great year.
It was. We actually broke the single season wins record this year. Which,
Stop it now. You're killing me. That's it.
Yeah,
coming off Valentino's big. We love Valentino's.
I do too. It's my favorite place in town.
It is. I mean, they have this board. You could buy this, 6 feet of sandwich. About 2 years ago, I gave you a gift certificate. I mean, you go in there, it's like the Flintstones. It's a real party favor. I'm not kidding. When you walk in, I'm like, I'll just bring some cold cuts. It's great at funerals. I mean, when you walk, it does make a statement. When you carry that thing and then you turn, hi, and you knock somebody on the head, because it literally is a 6-foot board on your shoulder.
You need an SUV to get it to the
Yes,
funeral,
I put it
right?
I put it on the top. I hood it down.
Okay.
Yeah. I bungeed on the top. The lettuce is flying, hits the guy in the back. Oh, it's awesome. Yes. Get the Italian. So what's your favorite sandwich over there?
I would go with I'd go with the roast beef sandwich.
Right, roast beef.
Yeah.
Heated?
Nope.
No, cold.
Yep.
Cold, baby.
Yep. It's good
Ice
stuff.
cold, yeah. And condiments? No. Mayo, mustard,
just regular.
Pickles. Just regular.
Yeah.
So you go up there with that smile and go, I just want
That's
my
it.
regular cold roast beef.
That's it. Yep. That's
with
exactly
regular.
what I ordered.
My regular 6-foot sub. It's the best thing.
Did you bring anything with you?
No, I'm serious. You'll love them. All right, so tell us how the beginning of the season, and first of all, I got to say, when I first met you, you gave batting instructions to my son when he was like in 8th grade. I've loved you ever since. What I loved most is when you just, you whistled me over or whatever, and like a little puppy I ran. And, because I would do that. And you showed me your little storeroom, locker room, whatever, closet. And inside you had a bunch of these pink shirts, right?
Yeah.
I just kill it. And then if any of his players, I mean, this is what he does. He does that. He reverses engineers psychology. So if you're going to be a wanker, he's not going to make you run around the field 10 times like I would do, because, that's old school. He's going to make you put on this pink shirt.
and run around the field 10 times.
Oh, my God.
Public humiliation is a powerful teaching tool.
Brilliant.
This was an old tactic that wasn't supposed to be on the radio.
This is awesome.
It worked well.
You thought of that, right?
Yeah, we came up with the idea a couple years back, and it was just a fun thing for our team. We used for players that were passing blame and making excuses. They had to wear the shirt during practice, and we sort of stopped that from happening. So it was great. Yeah,
great concept.
I know. It's so.
It was a medium, so it was a pretty snug shirt. It wasn't very comfortable.
So there was only one?
There was only one, actually. That's the truth. We did wash it. We did wash it. Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
At the end of every season.
Exactly.
That's awesome. All right, so let's walk us through the season, because what a great job.
Yeah, it was, we came off of the best season in program history last year, and felt like, gosh, it's going to be really hard to replicate that. And we actually had a really difficult fall. We lost a couple players, weren't sure how we were going to be at a few positions, and found a way to bring some things together. We ended up winning 41 games, which again was the most we've ever won. We were in every top 25 poll in the country this season after the preseason poll, and we were a 2 seed in the opening round of the national tournament, which in the NAI is kind of like our super regional. It's the play-in tournament to the World Series. We were a 2 seed, and we lost to the team that ended up finishing second at the World Series. So it was a good run. It didn't end the way we had hoped it would end, but certainly a huge step in the direction of where we've wanted to head with our program.
So was it's always who's hot at the end. So did you lose your heat in the pitching, or did you lose your heat with the stick batting?
I think we were a little streaky offensively. Our DH, who was an all-conference DH, tore his oblique going into that tournament. So to not have our DH kind of hurt us. Counted on him to drive in some runs, but
it's like Westmont not having their center in the championship game
exactly.
in basketball.
Absolutely, that was hard for them. But overall, it was an outstanding year, and we're really hopeful. The MLB draft is happening right now. That we're being told we should have 3 to 4 players drafted, which is the most we will have ever had in a single year, and really looking forward to that. that and the opportunities for those guys to get a chance to further their careers, and hopefully that does something for our program. And then also, we're really excited about the fact that we have finally signed 2 local high school players.
Wow.
Luke Coffey from DP, who was just named the Channel League Most Valuable Player yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
And Bryce Morrison from Santa Barbara High School. So we have 2 local standouts that are really excited about being a part of our program. And it's taken a while to get our program to a place where local athletes are really interested in coming up and playing for us. And I'm really as the head coach who's been here for 6 years, I'm really excited about that.
Nice. So it sounds like you've got a good working machine here. What are you thinking about in terms of refinement now? Like, if you can just get this like real sharp in the next season, what do you got in mind?
Yeah, it's a great question. We've actually been thinking a lot about that. It's time for a new vision. We've accomplished our 5-year plan, and all the goals we set have been accomplished, and we're excited about that. But now it's thinking about how do we get funded better, how do we improve our facility, some questions we've talked about over the last couple of years, but I know volleyball earlier talked about their fully funded program is allotted 12 scholarships. It's the same way in baseball for the NAIA, which we're a part of, and we are less than 50% funded. So we're really working on trying to get that up. I think that if we can be a top 15 program in the country with our funding now, the more support we continue to get will get us to a place where we can hopefully compete for national championship.
What are the ways that you go about accomplishing that?
Part of it is just building a program that people believe in. I think that we really haven't asked for a lot over the last few years because I felt that it was my job to create a program that people believed in and that showed that we were going to do the things we talked about. And I feel like we're finally at a place where we can actually tell people, here's a product you can be proud of and excited about. And now we're at a place where alumni are excited to give back and get involved, and people in this community have reached out. It's just been amazing to watch. I do believe it takes time. You have to show that you have something worth investing in and getting people excited about. And I've really appreciated what I've seen out of the Santa Barbara community in my 6 years here.
It seems like you're headed in that direction, and the fact that you've already got local talent signed up is a great tribute to the program and your coaching abilities, obviously. Now, how far do you go to recruit people? I mean, where do you get your players? I mean, local is nice, but you got to get them from all over the country, right?
Absolutely. That's a great point, and it's the truth. There's a handful of high schools in Santa Barbara with great baseball players, but that's not going to make up our roster. There'll never be enough players in one area to make up an entire college roster, and we have kids from really spread out throughout the entire state of California, kids from Arizona, Nevada, Hawaii. It depends. We similar to UCSB, we're on the road recruiting all summer at events all over the country, trying to find players that are the right fit for our school and our program. And we've been fortunate over the last couple of years to find a good amount of those players.
Well, give us your contact information. If anyone's listening here, I mean, it doesn't matter because, a check, $100, $500, $1,000. I mean, if you're an alum out there, I think there's, 300-400 alums out there. I mean, it's time to, reach down, and give back, especially if you're an ex-baseball player. It's time to give. But if you just like listening to the program and you feel you just want to participate in it, how can they get hold of you, Robert?
You can go ahead and email me at rruiz@westmont.edu. You can find that email on our athletics website. That's www.westmont.edu/athletics.
Fantastic. We supported you this last year in your golf tournament. We commit to do that again this year. So if you need anything,
appreciate it.
Yeah, Teen Sports Radio loves Westmont College.
Best of luck this coming season.
Yeah, put your hands together, Robert.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. We've got about 500 girls softball players out there, so we're going to take a short little break, and I'm going to take a little sip here of something, okay, to keep me straight. All right. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. I'm not kidding you. We're flooded with Santa Barbara time. This is the most athletes that we've ever had in one room ever and 4 years. Woo! We're led by Nancy Eckert. How you doing, Nancy? Put your hands together.
Great. Yeah. Good to be here, Erica.
So you weren't kidding. You said you're going to bring a couple girls, and I think that there's 20 in here. So I want every girl to get represented, but I want to talk to you first. So let's talk about your softball journey. So give us, I forget, are you Lake native or no?
I am.
You're a native. Born and raised. Better than you. Okay, I got you. I'm not from Santa Barbara.
Oh, yeah. I went to Dos Bobos.
Nice.
4-year varsity, the whole thing.
All right. College
ball.
Nice.
Cal Poly.
Nice. Just never ended. Okay, so you just couldn't let it go.
Let it go.
All right, so you had to relive it.
That's right.
Okay, so you're reliving it.
Isn't that why we work with kids?
That's it. No, you can't beat that. Now, I know we won't get into like a detail because you've come here before with your other nonprofit, but not only are you a coach and, basically putting together, 3 teams now, right?
3 teams.
You also have a nonprofit, so real quick, throw that out.
We are, Santa Barbara Tide is now an official 501(c)(3).
All right. Whoa. Yeah. I know. That took you a long time. I'm really proud of you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we'd like you to help you support that, so you put that up on our wall, and then any of the parents there would want to get a free business ad because we got over 1 million hits last year.
Wow.
So get a free business ad, and the checks, 100% of it goes directly to Santa Barbara Tides. We'd love to be able to do that for you. It's nice. The business wins, and of course I get to do shout outs on businesses because I like to do it. I got to do a shout out here. We've got a local mechanic down on Holliston, Old Town Goleta, and his name is Mike Ruiz. Woo!
All right.
Yeah. I told him I was going to give him a shout out because, he did some work on my car.
Nice.
You do some work on Erica's car and you get a shout out. That's it. All right. So after Cal Poly, you came back. You started this nonprofit. You also have a bike nonprofit. Talk about that real fast.
Oh, I want to stick to softball today. I had a parent call me about 10 years ago and say, it was actually a parent from Lompoc, and he said, Nancy, we got to start something. We got to start a travel ball team, and I want you to do it, and I'm going to help you.
Nice.
And I was like, Dan, really? So he basically said, you have a choice, but you don't have a choice.
Right.
Because we need to do this in our area, and 10 years going strong, and now we're a nonprofit, and we've got 3 teams, and we've got girls that we watched on TV in the Women's College World Series that played Tide, and we've got a couple that just graduated college. In fact, the very first Tide pitcher was his daughter, Kylie Shea. She just graduated from Fresno State.
Nice. Oh, great job. All right, nice. All right, so would you say out of all the high schools, when, so I know club teams, they're separate from high school, but DPs pretty much, are they still the dominant softball girls program, correct or no?
They are. We tend to feed San Marcos and DP, and San Marcos only lost 2-1. So I think that there's going to be
a shift.
There's going to start to be some parity, and I think that's good because everybody has to fight harder.
Right, equal.
Very good.
Nice, very nice. All right, so let's line the girls up because we've got a lot of them. All right, so who do we have?
I'm Caitlyn Early.
Woo, Caitlyn! Hey! All right. So
she's a little shy, don't you think?
Yeah. She just grabbed the mic out of her hand. So where do you go to school?
Montecito Union.
Montecito Union. All right. So talk about, you're on the Santa Barbara Tides. Fun? You like it? Is this your first year?
I love it. It's my 3rd year.
3rd year. What position do you play?
3rd base.
3rd base. Mm-hmm. All right. So you got a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a nice little arm there, huh? You quick? Nice?
Yes.
All right, great.
The hot corner.
The hot corner, I like it. All right, so I guess we're going to go next. Who we got behind?
I want to mention that Caitlyn's older sister also went through the Tide program.
Nice. All right, okay, great. All right.
I'm Gigi Gritt.
Oh, that's my name of my cat. My cat's name is Gigi. That's awesome. I'll show you a picture after the show. So what position do you play?
I play pitcher.
Nice. Ooh, fantastic.
Right.
So what kind of pitcher are you? Are you what's your best?
Fast. Yeah.
Fast. Really? Okay. So you have like an attitude? Like, do you smile at him before you strike him out or what?
Yeah.
Do you tell him you're going to strike him out? Huh? Do you tell him, you say, I'm going to strike you out?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Why, that's rude?
You got to have sportsmanship, right?
Yeah. Why? I'll just say there's a joke.
I don't know.
The queen is joking. Where do you go to school, Gigi?
I go to Brandon Elementary.
How old are you?
I'm 9.
9. Wow. I could see why you're a pitcher. You're tall. Oh my God. I mean, you should probably. This is called projection, right? You're projecting. I like that. All right. Who do you have behind you? All right.
I'm Sophie Borden.
Hey, Sophie! Woo! Where do you go to school, Sophie?
Kellogg Elementary.
Nice. And you're how old?
I'm 11 years old.
11 years old. Fantastic. What position do you play?
I also play pitcher.
Pitcher. Wow. Fantastic. So you work with Gigi?
We're
You dueling it out? What is it? Like you're the little pitching bullpen? Or?
You're younger than me. She's in a different age
bracket.
So
I got you.
Sometimes we're on the same team. Sometimes we're not.
So you're her mentor. No?
She's too good for that.
Oh, nice shot. I like that. Nice. I like her. That's good. All right, who else we got? I know. I love that. All right.
I'm Cheyanne Lyon.
Cheyanne Lyon. Woo! Yeah.
Wow.
These are all athlete names.
Yeah.
All right. Want to ask a question there, Ronnie? Because I'm doing all the questions.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's okay.
I know.
Now, tell me a little bit about what you like about this club baseball program, softball.
I liked it. I definitely learned a lot from it. Nancy's a really good coach, and she's taught me a lot. This is my second year doing it, and I'm really excited.
What position do you play?
I play catcher.
Okay, catcher.
Oh.
Now, that's a tough position because you got to do everything. You're involved in almost every play.
Yeah.
Is that what you like, the action?
Yeah.
That's good. What are your plans? Are you going to stay with this program for a while, and then what do you want to do from here?
Oh, I want to keep playing softball.
Great. And maybe as you get further along in your education, softball could be a great vehicle for you to make friends and participate in sports.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Good question.
I want to bring on somebody that's been in the Tide program for 4 years.
Oh, all right. Woo!
All right.
I'm Allie.
And she has wonderful penmanship. Because Allie wrote everything down for me, and I'm like, wow, I like this. This is good. This is not a texter. This is a writer.
She's probably a texter, too.
Yeah,
and
no.
Allie, tell us a little bit about your involvement with the program. You've been in it for 4 years, is that right?
This
And
is my
what's
fourth
your
year.
position?
I'm a pitcher
Okay.
for the 12U division.
What do you like most about what you do with your team and the activities that go on besides baseball? Softball.
It's softball, Ronnie, for the
Softball,
third
softball,
time.
softball.
Robert Ruiz left the building. Okay, we're in softball now. Go.
I like that when we get to travel and we get to go to different places, we always we'll do a team dinner or we'll stay at the same hotel and we'll get to hang out and just be really close friends. And also, it makes it a lot more fun to play softball with them because we're all friends off the softball field too.
That's great. Thank you. I have a quick question for Nancy before we move on to the other girls in. What is the length that you have a girl in your program?
Usually the girls leave my program because they age out because for whatever reason I don't have an older division, and so I've had girls. I think the longest was either 4 or 5 years through, and I have several of them. Wow, so it's really exciting. We have a couple of freshman varsity players that went through the Tide program now.
That's
so
great.
very, very fun.
Yeah, it must be exciting for you.
Yes, very exciting.
Okay, I have someone right in front of me. What is your name?
Sadie.
Hey, Sadie!
Woo! And how old are you?
I'm 11.
And what do you do for this team?
I pitch, and I love playing softball, and Nancy is a great coach.
How long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Good answer. Okay, thank you. And your name is?
I'm Teagan Halay.
Nice. I love your hat.
Thanks.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Kellogg. Same with Sophie.
What position you play?
I play many different positions, but most of all, I play shortstop.
All right, shortstop.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So are you looking at playing softball in college, and you like it that much? Is it in your heart? Or?
Yeah, I'll hopefully play for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, you said you play a lot of different positions. Which one is your favorite?
I do like pitcher a lot.
Okay. Control.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to add a couple of things. One is this: part of the uniqueness of this program is that we're really process focused. So a lot of these girls play, 6, 7, 8, 9 positions. We don't just stick with one position. We want to teach them the whole game. We care more about the process of learning the game than we do the outcome of wins. And I know that sounds funny, but the wins just kind of follow the process focus. So I also really want to introduce my assistant coach here, Coach D.
Hey, Coach D, you know what we're going to do? Because I got the shorty gotta go sign, but you're going to be the first person we talk to, okay, after break. Because we have sponsors, okay? This is Erica Salda. Want to take a short little break. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. You can also join us at 11 o'clock on Tuesday. We've got Sunday at 2 and Monday at 3 a.m. And I'm sorry if you're listening to that show because you're not having a good night. But listen, we've got the SBTides. I know you probably just rolled in from the old Harley ride. Okay. We've got the SBTides in the house. We've got Nancy Eckert in the house. We've got 4 beautiful little ladies I want to give some attention to. So who's up next, Nancy?
Georgia, girl.
All right, Georgia, how old are you?
8.
8 years old, and you play for the Tides. You having fun?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Pitcher.
Love it. All right.
Pitchers on this team.
Got to have pitchers on this team. What school do you go to?
Montessori.
Okay, fantastic. So, of all how many pitchers do you have, that are 8? Do you have any other? Is your friend there as well, or?
I'm a pitching coach first and then a travel ball coach. So a lot of these girls are pitchers.
That's awesome. I watched a baseball game, it was mini minors or something like that, and the coach, he was out of town. Every single kid could pitch. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I've never seen that ever. I thought that was cool. It gives everybody a chance to be on the bump. What do you like being about being on the Tides?
Not sure.
That's okay. You don't have to say. All right. Who do we got next? What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Hey, Lauren, how you doing?
Hey, Lauren.
Good.
And what position do you play?
I usually play shortstop.
Yeah, fantastic. That's fantastic. And what school do you go to?
I go to Hollister.
And you're what? How old?
8.
8 years old. Fantastic. So, good. You having good times? Because it's all about having fun in softball, right?
Yes.
All right. So, who are you going to introduce? You got your next teammate here. What's her name?
Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hey. Hi. And where do you go to school, Emily?
I go to Providence.
Nice. I love Providence. Yeah. Fantastic. So, what position you play?
I play shortstop.
Nice. Okay, cool. And what do you like about being on the Tides?
Everything.
Yeah? It's fun.
How long have you been on the Tide?
4.
Oh, 3? So you're the veteran.
4 years.
You're the veteran. Nice. So you, of the traveling, so you're intending to play. You're playing at Providence, I'm sure. Softball. Do they have a softball team in Providence?
No.
Okay. All right. That's no big. So you'll go through to your senior year there. Or?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Depends where softball takes it. Okay. We've got one more left. What's your name?
MacKenzie.
What position do you play?
Catcher.
Catcher. Awesome. I play catcher. Awesome. I love catcher. Long Beach State. Way back a long time ago. I had 8 in it. 1908. That was you weren't even thought of yet, but that's okay. So, outside of, you like the position, catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. Fantastic. And how you coach Nancy? You like her?
She's all right? She's a great coach.
Great coach.
She's taught me
anything
a lot.
less than great. She's got blended cards in her hand or what?
You want to keep playing.
Yeah, exactly. You want to catch? Better say I'm a great coach. Fantastic. Coach Nancy, we've got a couple of minutes left, and I want you to introduce your
I want to start with Coach D here.
Put your hands together. Hey, Coach D.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah. Hey, so how long have you been with the Tides?
Yeah, I believe this is my 3rd year coaching Tide with Nancy.
Fantastic. Yeah. So what grades do you have?
I am actually going to be coaching the 14U, so the veterans, the Sophie Borden and the Emily's.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and we're actually going to take our team year-round, a travel ball team, so we're really excited about that.
That's great. And then, Nancy, you want to introduce one other person? Or
I want Dee to just mention why she coaches with the Tide, and I would like to then introduce Becky after that.
Okay.
Tide's a great program. It gives me the freedom to be a coach and kind of that process versus outcome. And I'm really big on coaching and more than just the game, because softball does offer a lot more opportunities than to just get that W or get that hardware at the end of the day.
Nice.
And so Nancy definitely gives me the freedom to do that.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. Fantastic. Keep up your education. Get that master's. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. I got the bachelor's. So.
I know. Get that master's.
I'm getting there.
I see it in your eyes, girlfriend. I'm seeing it. All right. We got 1 minute left.
Becky Cracky is a parent, and she also used to play, so she's a huge supporter of the Tide program. I want her to explain why.
Okay.
You know, I think Tide is such a great opportunity for kids to learn life lessons on and off the field. I believe in areas of expertise, and Nancy has dedicated her life to softball. She's played it from a young age, in college, taught for many, many years, and she's really just so skilled at teaching the sport to these girls, and these girls in our community is very lucky to have her.
Well, we're really lucky to have you. Everybody put your hands together. Hey! We're out of time. I got to thank Ronnie, Joan, Dr. Scott, Dr. D, of course. We love Santa Barbara. If you would like to give, please check out our site. The Santa Barbara Tides can use your help. Thank God.
Santa Barbara Team Sports Radio!
We live in Santa Barbara. God bless you next week.
Please tune in and join us next Tuesday at KZSB AM 1290 at 9:06 a.m. when we will go behind the scenes with the local students, athletes, coaches, parents, volunteers, and all other teen sports supporters. This is all brought to you by ePro Insurance Agency, leader in gift planning and wealth preservation since 1983. So please follow along and support our student athletes by reading the Santa Barbara News Press, and then join me, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, Dr. Dugan, my co-host, friends, teens, every week on the Santa Barbara News Press radio station.
Nothing's gonna ever bring you down. You're the best around.